Did you know if you walk into a room that has a rose hanging upside down, then that means total secrecy inside that room, and you're not supposed to tell anybody what happens? Kind of strange, isn't that? Well, before you can even get this rose, you have to have the plant. And right now it's bare root season, which is pretty interesting because when we're buying bare root plants, we're finding out that they're actually packing them in containers now. And that's because the ones that aren't sold will eventually grow inside of those containers, and they could sell them during the year. So it's okay to buy those things, because if you get them right now and you open them up, the roots are going to look exactly like this, and all the soil is going to fall off. And when that happens, regardless, you have to take and hydrate them before you do anything with these bare root roses. So get yourself a bucket of water and dump the roses inside, just like this, and let them sit here for 24 hours. Not a bad idea, by the way, to take some plant food and to spike this water. And we're not going to waste this either, because once we end up planting, we're going to use this water for our planting. Okay, now there are different parts that are important to know about this rose. First off, you have what is called the root stock. That's this right here. This obviously are the roots, and this is the root stock. This is not designed to flower. This is only designed to have energy put into the scion, or the fruiting part, or in this particular case, the flowering part of the rose. So it's really important that you take care of all of these parts. Now, when we end up planting this, we never want to plant it above this part. This is called the bud union, and if this bud union gets covered with soil, you're going to have tons of problems, sucker growth everywhere. So what we're going to do is start off in our garden. Wherever we're going to plant, we need full sun for this, 8 to 10 hours. I'm telling you, it's real important. And you want to get a nice big hole and put a cone in the center. Now, the cone, this right here is just for example purposes, but this plant warrior thing is just cool, because we're actually going to put soil inside of it, and I hope it works like the way I want it to. We're going to just kind of pack it down over here, and then we'll flip it over, and we have our cone. Is that really cool or what? Now what we want to do is we want to take our rose and just kind of trim off a couple little tiny these roots over here, and not too much, just a couple of the roots. And as we prune these roots off, it's going to help stimulate the plant. Then what we do is, the reason for this cone is because we want our roots to go over the cone. So it's going to go over the cone just like this. Then what we do is we backfill it with soil. Whoops, there we go. So we're going to backfill all of this with soil, plant this up, and remember, we're not going to plant that bud union, cover that bud union up. So we'll take this, we're going to plant it in this fashion, put it down, and then what you could do is put just a little basin around it, just like this, all the way around. Add the water from that bucket, stand back, and watch it grow. And that's the way we grow roses in the garden.
You can find this segment at kcalnews.com/SeenOnTV. We'll be right back after the break.